Well, happy Saturday morning, whole heads from Manheim, Pennsylvania. Spooky Nook Sports Complex, Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO and the American Cornhole Organization. Spooky Nook Manheim Major is underway. Doubles qualifying has wrapped up. We have now jumped into the main bracket, and the first match you'll be checking out here on center court, Junior Williams and Mike Walters thrown against Cheek Cheem and Vaughn Mam, who just finished dispatching with David and Logan Collins here in the first round of the main bracket. We've got some other scores we'll share with you through the course of the afternoon. And about three and a half hours worth of doubles. Then we'll be into singles pool play as well and have a doubles team and a world singles champion crowned before all is said and done here in the 1 million square foot plus Spooky Nook Sports Complex Extravaganza. We also will be giving you maybe some results a little bit later on from the Vegas Major that's happening at the Westin Lake Vegas Hotel Resort in Nevada. It's Gears, the Cornhole dude, Frank Gears, the Cornhole dude, and Aaron Candler running point out there with Michael Mann and company. So Mike Walters, Junior Williams against Cheek Cheem and Vaughn Mam. First bag out of the hand of Mike Walters. Lays a little bit low left. I'm going to kick on a little bit of ambient thump for you so you can hear it. And we'll let you watch center court here for the next little while. We'll be back with some commentary as we get down into the nitty-gritty of the final part of the main bracket here. Spooky Nook ACO Major, Manheim, Pennsylvania on the ACO Digital Network. right, center court is still where we find ourselves here at Spooky Nook in Manheim, Pennsylvania. Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, continuing to have center court coverage here for you. We're going to be switching over, I think, ultimately here to the winner's bracket, as we just saw Cheek Cheem and Vaughn Mam take down Brandon and Will Lutz 21-3 in the lower half of the bracket. So we will continue on here on center court, and when we get down into it, the nuts and bolts of the bracket, we'll be back with full-on commentary and enjoy the sound of the therapeutic thump. In the meantime, lots going on here at Spooky Nook. You probably hear lots of screaming and yelling in the background. There's baseball, there's wiffle ball, there's basketball, there's field hockey, baton twirling. There's a little bit of everything going on here in Manheim, Pennsylvania, at the Spooky Nook complex, not the least of which is your center court coverage right here on the ACO Digital Network. Take a moment as the teams gather their bags to reintroduce you to what's happening here on center court. Dakota Hilbert and Kevin Yerke throwing the Revo Turmoils. And the near side here in the Brammy's Resurrections thrown by Travis Jordan and Daniel Wine, who currently right now find themselves down 5-4 as we work our way through the top part of the main doubles bracket. The winner of that match will take on the winner of the upcoming match, Ian Stokel and Storm Hog, who I haven't seen, I don't think, since Canada, against Stuart Graham and Kendall Cox. That should be a good one, and we'll take a look down here through some of the lower bracket scores right now. Tyler Goodwin and Devin Mills up over Isaac and Rex Hurt, 8-2. Junior Williams and Mike Walters await the winner of that match. Could that be an SVC showdown? We'll find out here in just a few moments. A match that has yet to show any score. Brian Higginbotham and Danny Wellman against Dale Borntrager and Sammy Van Sickle. Still knotted at zeros. Cheek Cheem and Von Mam got taken down by Scott Harper and Jacob Bagley. They're actually down, 13-3 at the moment. Camden Weepier and, is Tegan? Is that right? Am I getting that right? I want to make sure I get Tegan's name correct here. I'll get to that here in just a moment. But let's see, moving on. Josh Curran, Berkeley pair up 17-9 over Haley Newsom and Jeffrey White. That rounds out the bottom half of the bracket here. On center court, we find Daniel Wine and Travis Jordan now up 8-7 over Dakota Hilbert and Kevin Yerke. Nice day today here in Manheim, Pennsylvania, because, well, we're indoors. The weather outside is absolutely the front side of winter, baby. It is gray, and I believe we had some thunderstorms, some rain overnight. And looks like that should come to an end today. I'm sure the weather out in Vegas, a little bit different, maybe by only, as I mentioned yesterday, 40, 45 degrees difference in what's going on here in Manheim, Pennsylvania, as this game continues to be a slugfest here with Wine and Jordan up 10-7 over Hilbert and Yerke. Great moment this morning. Apparently, I found out after I got down here and everything was getting underway for pool play. We always run the national anthem before everything starts, and the entire building was filled, like I said, with junior baseball, all kinds of sports going on. And as soon as the recording of the national anthem started, the entire building went silent, and everybody stopped what they were doing, no matter who they were here with, hands over their hearts, and took part in the national anthem here. All the sports, everybody here from all over the place stopped dead in their tracks for the national anthem. So a nice moment here this morning at Spooky Nook, courtesy of all the folks here and spearheaded by the ACO. Take a moment here and also recognize all of our winners from yesterday, as this match just starts to pull away with Wine and Jordan up 16-7. Congratulations to yesterday's juniors premier winner Jacob Bagley. Took down Hunter Houts, but it took him two to do so. Hammer Time Fidos were the bags both of those guys were throwing at the time. Women's, it was Kendall Cox throwing the Brammy's closers, taking down Joanne Martin, whose name you'll hear again here in a moment. Scott Harper and seniors throwing his Average Joe's H1N1s, double dipped Brian Higginbotham 21-6, and then it was the 21-8 that got it done. And the big the blind draw, monster blind draw at 11 o'clock, which we're running on Fridays now at every major, so you can come in and get your game on if you're not in juniors, women's, seniors, and you're not going to be playing in co-ed. Monster blind draw is for you. Tracy Hartzell and Riley Dressler threw the Killer Bees to defeat Kyle Brennan and Robert Shannon. In co-ed, it was Angie Bryant and Drake Poole throwing the Big Daddy Cornhole Heavy Hitters 2, taking down Higginbotham and Joanne Martin. In co-ed, that just took one. There was no double dip. Well, there was a double dip required, but Angie and Drake took it in one. In the quads, it was Travis Jordan, Jacob Bagley, Danny Koklow, and Josh Martin taking the quads, and Stuart Graham and Joanne Martin double-dipped Rex Hurt and Michael Lucas in the big blind draw. So those are your results up to this point, as Daniel Wine wants to go down and talk to Travis about what they're up against here, up 19-7. This was a back-and-forth slugfest until the moment I mentioned it, and then it turned into a little bit of a bum's rush. So we'll see what he comes away from that meeting there with Travis. One bag left to go. Daniel Wine, you'll remember, took the big money and the big skins away the first time we did a Pro Series skins at the World Championships 2 seasons ago. He walked in the winner-take-all opt-in buy-in skins game and ended up taking the entire thing in Thronesboro, Kentucky. Will this be his lucky year again as we head back there for the World Championships? I guess we'll find out. A 10 on 8's all it took there, 21-7. Now Wine and Jordan advance, and they will take on the winner of, let's see, I want to make sure I get this right. Yeah, Ian Stokel and Storm Hogg have yet to take on Stuart Graham and Kendall Cox because they are making their way here to center court. Find out what everybody's throwing here. Stu, what are you guys throwing?
Closers,
Brammys, okay. What's up, man? How are you? Good to see you. I haven't seen you since Canada, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see, what are we looking at?
CBC NVs.
CBC NVs. All right, Donald Duck, go get them. The CBC NVs coming out of the paws of Stokel and Hog, and it'll be Brammy's closers. The bags of choice for Stuart Graham and Kendall Cox. They certainly served Kendall well in the women's division as she took home the championship here on center court yesterday. Get a few warm-up tosses here. I have not really heard a whole lot of reporting as to how the boards are playing. I would imagine in a building this large with the climate control is so on point that everything is probably performing very similarly. A lot of times, depending upon the room that we're in, the center court boards may be playing a little bit differently than those out in the rest of the arena, but this is such a massive space, and I feel like they've got their HVAC dialed in perfectly. We're not running into any open doors with blasts of cold or any humidity as we've run into in the past, so hopefully all the players are finding this to be playing consistently and evenly across the room. Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO and the co-host of the ACO Taco, talking American Cornhole Organization Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock West Coast, and somewhere in between, depending upon where you are. Opportunity to go back and recap, which is what we'll do this Tuesday. We'll recap both here in Manheim, Pennsylvania, and the Vegas Major being run by Michael Mann and company, and, of course, Aaron Candler, Frank Gears, the Cornhole dude out at the Westin Lake Las Vegas Resort. Saw a little bit of blind draw coverage from them, I do believe, last night. So 3 hours behind us. We'll see at what point they get fired up with a little bit of streaming from Vegas as well. Daniel Wine and Travis Jordan have worked their way into what will be a king seat game. They will face off against the winner of this one after these warm-up tosses are completed. Right now, Isaac and Rex Hurt up 16-9 over Tyler Goodwin and Devin Mills. Again, Junior Williams and Mike Walters await the winner of that game. Let's see. Higgy and Danny Wellman right now facing off and up 17-4 over Dale Borntrager and Sammy Van Sickle. Scott Harper and Jacob Begley up 12-0 over Camden Weepier and Tegan McCarthy. Josh Curran and Berkeley Pear currently up 5-0 over Michael Lucas Jr. and Mike Dingus, a team that is a formidable doubles team as well. That wraps up the lower half of the bracket. It looks like they're getting ready to get things started. I'm going to quickly wet my whistle. Will Wheaton. get underway. If you're following along on the Facebook page, throw a comment down in there. Let me know where you're watching from. I saw an early howdy doody from Jody from Blueprint, Jody Thurman from Blueprint Bags. DJ Skipworth, as always, his goo in hand, which sounds way worse than it's supposed to. Let's goo. Robert Crowder digging the fit, the Brammy's bags and boards. Love that the ACO plays the national anthem, says Lynn. So do we. It's all a part of what we're all about. And it was really cool. I asked April if she caught a picture of it because she was standing up and could see the entire room. And she goes, no, I froze in my tracks and started crying. So that was something. So Robert, of course, throwing his hat in the ring for Kendall Cox. Lynn says, this is a tough one. Love me some Kendall, but also the CBC boys. Kim Jackson says the same thing. Morning from the West in Las Vegas, and Kim Jackson up early, keeping an eye on things. Dave Wynn says Philly, Philly. DJ's in Russellville, Kentucky. All right, so from Philadelphia to Russellville. Dave says, thanks for the live coverage. You know what, even if I can't be here bumping my gums, we want to have it on here thumping. So either I'm bumping or it's thumping one way or another. And it is kind of funny how if we don't have specific commentary early on in the round so that we can kind of save ourselves up for the main events as we get closer and closer to crowning champions, it's amazing to me how much of a difference it makes just to have that ambient sound. You can hear around the room. You could also hear some of the excitement going on with the other sports around the room here in Spooky Nook. So that's always a lot of fun to be able to pick that up, especially when we're in a large complex like this. And Stokel and Hog have jumped out to an early 5-0 lead over Stuart Graham and Kendall Cox. Starting to wonder if part of the deal, if you were throwing CBC bags, and I guess this will be of particular interest to you, Kim Jackson, do you have to grow the Dylan mustache? Is that part of the deal? Ooh, that one got up and over, but not just far enough. I don't know, maybe if Dylan is checking in or Bill, maybe they can let us know if that's part of the contract. Because if that's the case, Kim, you've got some work to do. They're going to come down and take a look at it, have a little early game conference. Again, Kendall Cox, our women's champion yesterday. Just don't throw the bill bag, yes. I believe I know what the bill bag is. Would that be the front board dead bag? Oh, look at that roll. Nice bag from Kendall Cox. As she adjusts her music playlist, and that's a 7 spot, and that puts them not only back in the game, but on top of the game. Graham with the first bag out of his right claw. Right up the middle. Yes. Yeah, Kimberly, you must have, Kim Jackson, you must have struck that from the contract, the Dylan mustache. It's funny, too, because Ian and Storm, like we saw them in Canada, and I mean, they're just a Van Dyke beard and a little thicker hair from being identical twins and perhaps stunt doubles. Nice bag there from Kendall, running it right up the middle in that little slot that was available to her. Just shoot it is the advice. Up and over, nice bag. A little bit of a shootout there. Yields a penny point for Stuart Graham and Kendall Cox. He's been very consistent out of that right hand with that first bag when he has it. Storm loses one a little bit out to the top right. Kendall's had to dirty it up a little bit, and that shows her PPR. She and Ian fighting it out there in a little dirty game, a 7-3-3 and a 5-3-3 respectively for the two of them, and that's going to help Storm and Stewart stay up there with their 11 and 10 fives respectively. Merci. A little go-go juice provided by executive producer, the great and powerful Oz. Did you find your next meal out hunting and gathering? No. I've never seen anyone do that. Oh, I'll tell you what, sometimes it can be confounding, the science behind putting on a hoodie. The open part goes to the front. The open part of the hood to the front. Oh, goodness. And back to it here on center court. A couple of lucky sevens. Keeps the score at 10-on-5. Stewart and Kendall doubling up right now on Ian and Storm. See a host of you checking in on the Facebook page. If you're watching on YouTube, let me know where you're watching from. Always curious to know what your day's got planned for you. Big college football day today, I know, for a lot of you. A couple of Mickey Mouse ears laid out up there. And wide open middle. So a couple of Washingtons to show for it. Stewart's got his PPR up now around 11, and how about Storm at an 11-3-3? Ian wants to call a timeout, go down and have a word, maybe just break a little rhythm if he can there. Taters exchanged. Saw Kendall and their whole crew from the RTP booth out getting a giant group photo a little while ago as a host of players, family, friends, and fans have gathered around center court here. Take a look at some of the other scores happening around the room. Isaac and Rex Hurt ended up finishing Tyler Goodwin, Devin Mills a little while ago, 21-16, and find themselves up now, up over Junior Williams and Mike Walters, 5-0 in an all SVC battle. Brian Higginbotham and Danny Wellman await the winner of that match. Scott Harper and Jacob Bagley took down Camden Weepier and Tegan McCarthy. They'll await the winner of Josh Curran and Berkeley Pear, who are currently up 14-13 over Michael Lucas Jr. and Mike Dingus. And back here on center court, a couple of double four-baggers. Those are easy to calculate, even for the dumbest of the dumb like yours truly. Not really what you'd call a mathematician. If you are an English Premier League fan, as I am, you'll be happy to know that Nottingham Forest is up 2-0 over Liverpool, having just now put a second one up. Kind of watching scores from all over the world and all sorts of different sports. A little later on, hoping that Manchester City takes it on the chin a little later on today. Again, I may be the only one who cares about that, who's listening to my voice right now, but who knows? Take a good look around the room. You can see everything here happening at Spooky Nook Manheim, one of 3 Spooky Nook facilities. This one over 1 million square feet, the one in Hamilton, Ohio, where we have the Cincinnati Major just about a month and a half ago. And the Pro Series, just I think under 1 million square feet. But man, oh man, chock full of sports excitement. That bag, a very low block. Don't know if Ian will have any problem getting around that, but it could be just enough of an obstacle. And it really does. I don't think he's going to be able to go in and do anything with that one. And look at that nice bag by Kendall to kick one in and leave one right where she wanted it in his way. I don't think she'll want to chase it, but if he offers any help, there's a nice bag there to split the difference. Come in hot. No, and she tried to move it. We saw her do that yesterday in women. She was able to pull some for the right side in, but then she'd end up leaving one hanging out a little bit to the right as she did just then. Nice finishing cleanup, so she has a chance to come in here and hook one on the right, take 2, and she leaves 3 of them up top. So it's going to be a 10-on-6, yeah. Puts Ian and Storm up 11-10. First bag from Storm Hog. Out of play, top left. Stuart Graham wasting no time whatsoever getting that bag out of his hand. As he serves it up, he's got a very unique pitching style. He just kind of serves up like he's saying, it's all you. Here's Johnny. He lets it go and kind of delivers it to you. Puts the first bag back in the hand of Kendall Cox, who stares at the ceiling as if to say, come on now, let's get it together. Nice bag by Ian to get started. Rounds in, 12-11. PPR's matching up shoulder to shoulder, as you might expect with a score like this. Not a terrible cleanup there from Kendall, but she's not happy with that first bag as it sits up top and leaves a couple of points literally on the board. Bully just then, and Stewart will take that bank shot. Storm will use it as well. We're just going to keep kissing that thing and leaving it alone on the right side. He's got one more shot to try to get it. Ian's giving him his best direction as to what to do to try. He's going up and over to try to drag it. Slams the airmail home, but not enough to bring anything with it. And Stewart, well, he actually leaves it up there, and Stewart glues himself to it. So that'll be another couple in the pocket of Stokel and Hog. Let's see what else is going on around here in the bracket. Isaac and Rex Hurd up 10-4 over Junior Williams and Mike Walters. Josh Kern and Berkeley Pear down 18-14 now to Michael Lucas Jr. and Mike Dingus. Harper and Bagley await the winner of that game. Daniel Wine and Travis Jordan await the winner of this game. You'll see that here coming up on center court. That'll be for the king seat here in ACO World Doubles Manheim at Spooky Nook. Tammy and AT working their way home from Florida, and their crews enjoying the live feed. Very good. That's what we're here for. And by we, I mean me, and by me, I mean us. Ian Not happy with that one getting away. She's just going to run that up and finish everything up the middle, clean it up. Oh, and loses one off the back. Rats, I think she said in her own head. Rats. One at a time. That's how they're doing it. Ian and Storm up 16-12 over Stuart Graham and Kendall Cox. Glad you guys had a good time on the cruise. I've done one cruise in my life. It almost destroyed my entire family from the inside out. Never do it again. Except maybe Alaska and if I go by myself. Oh, yeah. That's right. I forgot about that. You're going to be going full Griswold in the RV. Nice. Family of 5. Rolling in the RV for 11 days. 2 dogs also. They're going with you? What are you, a masochist? Huh? You can take them. I would be happy to take them, except I don't want to. I can barely handle Sir Humps a lot, much less 2 more. Nice bag right there, cut right to left. I don't know if as you're watching, if you feel like contributing, what's the strangest holiday or vacation you've been on? Any horror stories you want to share in the comments? Feel free as we continue to watch the action here on center court. The Wiz checking in from a cold, wet, windy afternoon in Coventry in the UK. Get out. No way. Cold, wet, windy, and perhaps rain later? No. Stop it. Sounds like we're in the exact same place. Nice airmail right there from Ian. Thought he might be able to piggyback and grab something there and a roll bag up and over. That's not really a roll bag. That's more of a hop, skip, and a jump bag right there. But, yeah, feel free. Brenda Cameron's watching. Glad to have you along. Those of you who are checking us out on Facebook, I'll head back over to the YouTube channel and see what's up. Gaylord, Michigan, Alan Ballard. What's up, buddy? Oh, and another nice roll bag there. Good stuff from Kendall Cox. She's got that thing dialed in. The hop, skip, jump, and roll bag up. Takes a couple points there in a 7-on-5. Inches just a little bit closer. Gives the first bag to Stu. Oh, and they're going back to make an adjustment in the score. Okay, yeah, okay, so that puts them up 17-6 or 16, yeah. Versus tightening it up from what I think I said before, 16-14. So that puts them up, 17-16. Hope you find a nice Sunday or Saturday building up before you, and a good weekend in front of you as you prep and get ready for Thanksgiving week with the family. Oh, that one rattled around the hole and off the back. And I think that's going to do it. That should finish that one off. Yeah, that's going to be 21-16. So Stuart Graham, Kendall Cox throwing those Brammies closers did just that over the CBC Envies with Storm and Hog. So we'll see Daniel Wine and Travis Jordan now square off against Stuart Graham and Kendall Cox. Let's see, Wine and Jordan. Before they were throwing the Brammies Resurrection, so it's going to be Resurrections versus Closers out of Team Brammy. How about that? And Ian and Storm will drop down into the losers bracket, a couple of games away right now. Rex Hurt and Isaac Hurt are up 19-10 over Junior Williams and Mike Walters. Josh Curran and Berkeley Pear have now retaken the lead over Michael Lucas Jr. and Mike Dingus, 20-18. Scott Harper and Jacob Bagley await the winner of that match. But as you see it now, warming up with those down and back tosses. Center court here, Manheim, Pennsylvania. Well, we've got a moment. I know we reviewed the winners earlier, but if maybe you're wondering to yourself, you came to the Cincinnati Major and Spooky Nook Champion Mill in Hamilton, Ohio, or maybe this one here in the original Spooky Nook. Where did the name come from? And did a little research, shared it yesterday, happy to share it again today. A former train station here in Manheim, Pennsylvania. They called it Spooky Nook Station pretty remote and dark location, made strange noises. Did the train station. It was between the Susquehanna River and the Nook, which is locally a term that they use for a piece of land. And I guess the noises that the wind made and the whole thing led to the spooky nickname. And then carried over to the road, which is just, as you might imagine, the access point to get here to the facility, Spooky Nook Road, and that's exactly where we are located, 1 million square feet, and this place is being haunted by sports of all sorts this weekend, including the ACO Spooky Nook Manheim Major. So there you go. Now you know something maybe you didn't know before. You're more than welcome. Thanks to our bag partners who are here repping on site. Hammer Time Cornhole, Average Joe's, Eric and Anne-Marie, appreciate the help setting up. When we got here, RTP, Cornhole, Apparel. Found out that RTP stands for Research Triangle Park. Nothing like I thought it was going to stand for, but that's what it is. Man Bags is here. Revo Cornhole is here. Brammy's Bags is here. And, of course, the thing is running like clockwork because we have Chris Clark, April Clements running registration and tournament direction. Tammy and Junior Williams on the muscle crew. Again, thanks to the Tischlers from Average Joe's Cornhole and Brian Haywood from Hammer Time as part of the setup crew as well. Eric Heinerman pulling the strings behind the scenes, and yours truly fitting the loudmouth for the ACO, getting ready to loudmouth a little bit more as 12-10 puts Wine and Jordan up 3-0 early on against Stuart Graham and Kendall Cox. Isaac and Rex Hurt finished off Junior Williams and Mike Walters 21-15, so they'll be taking on Higgy and Danny Wellman in the losers bracket. Ian and Storm will face off against the winner of that one. We're getting down to it. We're going to have a doubles champion here in fairly short order. Singles pool play qualifying will begin, and before all is said and done, we'll have more hardwood to hand out and podiums to put folks atop. So we're going to double that lead from 3-0 to 6-0. Stuart Graham flips the bag. Those are very well-worn closers right there. And Jordan loses one a little bit out to the right. Stuart takes advantage of that wide open board that's there in front of him. This board seems to be playing pretty quickly. Quick, fast. There we go. Oh, boy. I'll tell you what, he'll certainly take that, Will Travis, after that first bag getting away from him. He'll take that wash right there. Let's get back into the comments and see what everybody's doing. Brenda Cameron watching. The Wiz says, went on an hour's trip around the coast in Cornwall. Knew it would be bad from 100 yards out. Should have jumped ship and swam back, but spent 2 weeks unable to look at any moving object and throwing up and hurling. Oh, goodness. Yeah, boats are for some people and not for some others. Some don't bother me and some absolutely do. The high-speed catamaran from my ill-fated trip on my honeymoon, as I was discussing yesterday, over to Martha's Vineyard, was fun for about 15 minutes, and then the rest of it was a nightmare as the snowman and the egg take their rightful positions on the scoreboard here. Timeout here. Stewart and Kendall want to talk things over. Calm down, Taters. He's just got to come in and just chill out. We saw some of this yesterday in the women's final, too. I think Joanne put Kendall off her game just a little bit and started dictating the pace, and once Kendall was able to get back into her rhythm, she found what she needed. I don't know if you're a lip reader there, but maybe you could tell what they were discussing. I don't know. Something to get that first penny on the board is all that matters right there. velvet tones of Chris Clark on the microphone. He does know that does amplify his voice, right? He always yells into it like he's yelling to the furthest person in the back of the room without a microphone. I love it. I'll tell you what, time is ticking here on Stewart and Kendall. They got to get something working. Daniel Wine not messing around. There's a nice bag right there to put herself in position to be undone. Going to come in high and try to hop over. Oh, and she just continues to build that Mount Kendall. I can't really see what he's got there on the right. If that bag is pinned there at 1 or 2 o'clock, or if he has room to come in there and try to cut around it. I don't know if he's got that bag in his arsenal, but he's not stepping out as if he's going to try to cut that angle. So he's coming in sticky side down, just going to be content to make that pile of mess. Stewart takes a look at it and just says, just maybe try to run it up that slot in the center. There is one underneath, and I think that is Daniel's bag down underneath the wooden sunroof. Yeah, it is, because she's got 3 sitting up top. So is she going to try to muscle it through? Just locked her thumb and letting it go. Cocked the wrist up and over. Oh, and she gets one of hers, one of his. Oh, and she leaves 3 up top. So that's going to be 2 more added to the tally for Daniel Wine off of that frame. And man, oh man. An 8 on 6 makes it 12-0. There's an opportunity for Stewart right there. Travis try to work that one back to where he can pick it up, and he does. Nice bag there to block that out. Good cleanup there. These two seem to be throwing both slick side down and taking advantage of the fast board and the drippy bags. A double 4-bagger right there. 12 on 12. Cheers to you. Take a sip of coffee. A little hot and cold. Whew. Still hot, hot. A couple of you have asked about the Mississippi Ninja. He is resting his vocal cords, ready for a big Thanksgiving weekend in South Bend. Next weekend, looking forward to being side by side with Philip Barnett for our Thanksgiving tradition. Know he has an opportunity to spend some time with family for that one, so just going to handle the duties here solo. Thanks to my guest commentator yesterday, Isaac Hurt, a king of cornhole in his own right, and a very good comedic audience, we determined. Learned a couple of bits of commentary jargon from him. Oh, snap, I do believe, which I have yet to use today. And dang, I'm going to use dang. I'm going to get that one out a little bit later on in the proceedings. Robert Crowder's got his eyes on us here as well. Still 12-0. Still waiting to crack that egg. Oh, and there it is. There's the opportunity Kendall's been looking for. And she'll take that. He'll take it for her. Now she's just got to stay dialed in to pick it up. Get off the proverbial schneid. I believe the first schneid of the day here in this game. 4th bag blues. Oh, and it hangs up. It just hangs up. Maybe I should just change my name from Finn to Jinx, you think? One of each down below. Everything else looks like it's going to sit up. Oh, Stu goes up top, knocks one in. All right, I think that's going to do it. I think that's going to get them onto the scoreboard with their first deuce. That's right, an 8-on-6. He was kind of hoping to piggyback it, I think, but he'll take those two and gives Kendall first bag, see what she's able to do with that. Right down Main Street. Left it on layaway there to the side door. Take that right. Oh, boy, and that one hopped much harder than she had hoped. Don't know if there's going to be enough of that bag to grab and pull back. This should flush it all out, and it does. Oh, and now she's got a decision made. She's going to go ahead and make it for the wash and see if maybe some fourth bag blues will hit Daniel Wine, and they do. So they'll take another couple. He says, yeah, that one's on me, and that's a fact. It was a 10-on-8, makes it 12-on-4. What else is happening around La Bracket? As this one sits 12-on-4, Isaac and Rex Hurd up 7-3 over Higginbotham and Danny Wellman. The winner of that game will be over here next as these two teams are fighting for the king seat. So we'll bring all of that action from the lower half of the bracket over here. Scott Harper and Jacob Bagley down 12-2 to Josh Curran and Berkeley Pear, who ended up finishing off Michael Lucas Jr. and Mike Dingus 21-18. Dakota Hilbert and Kevin Yerke, who you saw here a little while ago, are awaiting that one as they work their way back through the losers bracket. 14-4 now, and the first bag back into the hands of Daniel Wine. Good shot, good shot, good shot, good shot, good shot. Interesting, the texts that you receive while you're in the middle of doing your job. You scofflaw. All right, a 10-on-9. It's going to put a penny back in the pocket of Stewart and Kendall and gives her first bag. Let's see if she can go in there and do some damage. Daniel's been playing pretty consistently. He's at least matching kind of shot for shot or the occasional mistake for mistake. These two have been playing pretty evenly. She's throwing, what, an 8-5. He's throwing a 9, so that, yeah, stands to reason. There's an opportunity for Kendall right there to come in hot and do some damage, and she does. Nice pickup right there. Good bag. This will be a big one. This could be a, what, a 12 on. Oh, no, and I did it to her again. So right now it's a, well, 10 on 5. Yeah, it's going to be a 10-5. That puts him right up there in spitting distance, Jamar Chase. See if anybody else besides Alan Ballard has joined us over here on the YouTube. Yeah, Chris Saxer, let's go. Wine and Jordan. Come on, Daniel, he says. Over there with Alan Ballard checking things out on the YouTube channel. You got us thrown up on the big screen. Hopefully it's nice and bright. Looks good. Easier to do that off of YouTube, off of a smart TV. Oh, nice airmail. Oh, and he accidentally piggybacks Stewart's bag, but that was a beauty of an airmail. Almost a swish. Probably would have loved a little bit more backside there to leave that one sitting on front, but a double 4-bagger. And we remain Nice cut right to left. Well, and he left her just a little bit of real estate up front to run through. And she should be able to, unless he lays that block in there, he does it for her. Now she's going to try to chase and run through that one. Slick side down, gets them both. Oh, that one's on layaway. She knows she's going to get it. What's he going to do? Oh, and he's going to leave 2 up top. That's going to be 4, and that's going to change the lead, 16-14. I don't remember. I think it was 14. At one point, it was 14-6. I don't think it was ever 14. I think it was 12-0. Then 12-2. Then 14-2. I'm lucky to remember our room number, brother. All right, there's another couple added to that tally, 18-14. And as I mentioned, this game is for the king seat, possibly the king and queen seat for the world doubles here. As we work our way towards it, Isaac and Rex Hurt up 13-9 over Higgy and Wellman. Stokel and Hog await the winner of that one. Kern and Pear yet to get underway against Hilbert and Yerke after having taken down Scott Harper and Jacob Bagley 21-2. Big old pile of mess, as my partner, the Mississippi Ninja, likes to say. She's going to try to hop over this, roll over it, her airmail. Oh, and she gets the airmail. Dang. Daniel's got a nice airmail, too. Is he going to try to match it right there, or is he not going to take the risk? Oh, he is. He's going up and over. Oh, and it just rings around the backside. That'll cost him a couple. And that'll put Graham and Cox up 20-14. A nice battle back here by these two on center court. And it's crazy how much faster the bags are playing, or the way they're throwing them slick side down, and how much faster the action is heading this direction from both of them. Nice finish there from Graham. He's going to force Travis to do the same, and he does. Another double 4 bagger. A social. I will toast my coffee and my Gatorade and take 2 drinks. Little defense to begin the festivities here in this 23rd round. Kendall might have just finished this game for them. He's got, oh, and he does, she does. She stuck it in Daniel's head and twisted, and that ended up finishing it off. Stuart Graham. Kendall Cox will hold the king and queen seat in the world doubles here in Manheim, Pennsylvania. The next game up will be Isaac and Rex Hurt against Ian Stokel and Storm Hogg. Nice battle back there. And again, it took a minute to get her head back into the game, but Kendall Cox, the perfect complementary play with her partner, Stuart Graham. I think Stu threw a 10.55. She threw a 9. Travis Jordan threw a 10.64, and Daniel Wine threw an 8. And you saw he and Kendall kind of trading off leading PPRs, and there's no surprise in that final score as to what happened there and what those PPRs indicate. But yeah, Kendall, when she gets back into her groove, she is definitely a force to be reckoned with. And the Hurts are working their way this way, and it'll be Stokel and Hogg against Hurt and Hurt as the Hurt Locker returns to center court. Yeah, it was a great comeback, right, Robert? That was something else there. You're kind of taking a view here of the entire proceeding there across center court. Anybody else joining us over here on the YouTube channel? Daniel can roll. I don't know why he's not breaking out the rollback. He didn't do much of that in any of the games I saw here in center court, Chris. That's a fact. He said, Chris is, Alan Ballard, I'm going to be doing a 60-mile bike ride on the indoor bike trainer while he's watching. Good for you. I'm not going to do that. I am not going to do that. But Alan Ballard, man, he looks like a whole different person. Isn't it funny when you haven't seen anybody in a long time and they've lost a bunch of weight or taken a different interest in their, which I've tried to do. I mean, we've seen Barnett's done the same thing. Russell Tabers. When you don't see somebody but for every few months, they sometimes don't even look like themselves. I think Alan Ballard, when I saw you last, I didn't even recognize you. I didn't even know it was you, bud. So good for you on the 60-mile ride. If I'm going to ride a bike 60 miles, I want to end up someplace I want to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't like treadmills for that reason. I don't know why. I guess I just want to, I mean, I guess they say unless you're the lead dog, the view never changes, if that makes sense. So I want there to be an experience, if you will. And Nottingham Forest has just added another goal up over Liverpool. That's a shame, Liverpool. I hate that for you. Defending EPL champs. I can only hope that the same fate befalls Manchester City a little bit later on. All right. They're swapping ends. Storm Hog is going to throw shoulder to shoulder with Isaac Hurt and ACO King. Ian Stokel is going to be throwing shoulder to shoulder with Rex Hurt, whose name is Latin for king. We shall see how this all pans out. Storm has taken off his hoodie to reveal one of the more spectacular exhibitions of bedhead I think I've seen in a long time. Becky Hurt. Let's see who's she cheering for here. Let's go. Oh, okay. I'm sure Carter Lee is right there on her shoulder or on her knee. One of the two of them will be awake for this match. Becky, you'll be happy to know that I introduced Rex to something he had not experienced before last night. And it was not a Long Island iced tea. But it is one of, let's just call it an Irish specialty. We'll call it that. How about that? But he did not set any, let's say, world records with it. How about that? Good? All right, good. What else is going on? Anything still happening down here in La Braquette as the king and queen seat has been established? Stuart Graham and Kendall Cox will await whoever arrives out of the bottom half of this bracket. Right now, knotted at 2, Josh Curran and Berkeley Pear with Dakota Hilbert and Kevin Yerke. And Daniel Wine and Travis Jordan await the winner of that match to play the winner of this match. Underway as we speak. Hurt Locker throwing those big D bags. CBC Envy's coming out of the paws of Stokel and Hog. All right, now they're going to press play on this thing and get it underway. I thought maybe that might have been the first round for score, and I believe these are the Big D Bowies, if I'm correct. Oh, that's what Isaac's been throwing this weekend. I would say run that one back in slow-mo, but it happened in slow-mo. Now it's even slower-mo. Bloop, bloop. Ooh, there's two of my better ones there, Phil. All right, so I can keep an eye on both of these scores as we continue on here on center court. Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO. Eric Heinerman pulling the strings, pushing the buttons, moving the levers to make it all look good. Hopefully you're enjoying your morning coffee with us. If you're out on the West Coast, you're waking up with us possibly. Maybe tuning into the goings-on in Vegas at the Westin Lake Resort here in just a little while. Frank here's the cornhole dude, Aaron Candler. Nice pickup there by Ian. Those guys running the show out there at the Westin Lake Resort. Oh, and Rex leaves one just outside the front porch. Ian has the opportunity to run it up the middle, and he does. So sitting on a 10 on 6. So that'll add a 4 spot to Stokel and Hog. But we've seen in these other battles with the Hurt Locker, they have battled back from behind a couple of different times. A little bit of work to do here as Josh Curran and Berkeley Pear have now jumped out to a 13-7 lead over Dakota Hilbert and Kevin Yerke. Two bags left for Isaac. Not going to step out. He's just going to that regular throw. Thought maybe he was going to be able to nudge that bag a little bit closer to where he could pick it up, but nice pickup right there by Storm Hog. Minimize the damage there and just cut it to a 4 spot loss. 12 on 8. Big Friday's worth of events here at Spooky Nook yesterday. Juniors, women's, seniors, the monster blind draw, new to the schedule here over the last couple of weeks, and will be added to every major as Rex loses one just a little bit out to the right side. Co-ed quads and the big blind draw before all was said and done last night. Still everything wrapped up, I think, around 9 p.m. So running like Clark work, as we like to say, when Chris Clark is on point. April Clemens working registration with him. Don't know if you're new to the ACO, but if you are, welcome to the stream. Finn, loudmouth for the ACO, and if you're interested in finding out how to play with us at any level, if you want a membership, 3 different levels of membership available, including free. So if you want to check that out, AmericanCornhole.com, you can drop down and find all of that. Monster Cornhole is something that any league, any player, any club, anyone can find a local director and get involved in a Monster Cornhole opportunity to come in and work your way into a more competitive game, or just come out and play for fun but still earn points and prizes. It's been a great addition and an on-ramp for folks to get into the game. Again, you do not have to be a member of the ACO. You can be a member of any organization, association, league, anything. Oh, and he came in hot to try to run through it. I didn't know if he's going to try to be able to bar or soap that thing or not, but he lost one well off the backside. But again, monstercornhole.com. If you are a director, I'm sure you already know this, but you can get in there and add a Monster Cornhole division to your regionals and start building points for your players. Check out monstercornhole.com for all the information. Josh Curran and Berkeley Pear up 20-7 now over Dakota Hilbert and Kevin Yerke as the timeout is taken here on center court, with a 12-0 deficit for the Hurt Locker to have to overcome as partners. They're down there mind melding now as Stokel and Hog break the huddle and head back to their respective positions. Not a bad bag with one left to work with. If he can go up and grab it, he might be able to grab a couple. I know. That's true, yeah. Maybe that's just what I'll start calling him. Oh, boy, and he tried to go up and go for the glory, and it ended up being gory. And Storm, we'll have to ask him. Maybe we'll have to have a word with his folks. Because they would have been, I don't know, I would imagine, depending upon, how old is he? 30, do you think? Late 20s, 30? I don't know. His parents might not have been in that generation where that would have crossed their mind. Definitely would have been mine. And Josh Kern and Berkeley pair have finished Dakota Hilbert and Kevin Yerke's weekend in doubles. They will await the winner of this match here on center court. Becky, can't wait to hear all about it. It was nothing. He just found himself, I think, a new delicacy, I think. See Amish across the way over there. Stacy Van Gilder celebrated her birthday yesterday. Maybe celebrated a little too hard as she's got the deep tissue muscle massager going on her thigh. Maybe a little dehydrated, perhaps, after the confab at the cocktail bar. Oh, boy, and I missed an opportunity right there to cut one right to left, but that'll be an 8-on-5, yeah. All right, so Isaac and Rex slowly but surely trying to climb back into this one. See Keith Jackson across the way over there around center court. Nice bag right to left there from Isaac. Boy, that was a interesting slow-mo tumble bag right to left there from Storm. Another one there, Isaac positioning himself to pick that one up. Just run through it, take two. Locks his thumb, comes in nice and flat. Oh, and not only does he not grab the two, leaves them both hanging. The question now becomes, yeah, go up, trying to and one it, take Isaac's bag, kick the other one out. Oh, and he couldn't have done it more opposite to plan right there. That's going to be a 10-on-5, and now we have a lead change, down 12-0. Or the Hertz. Slick side down. And right down the center. Nice bag right there to give Ian something to think about and work around. I think Isaac telling him just to lay it down in front. Pinches it up a little bit further left than he liked, but still all right. Coming in slick side down to blow it up, and he does. It's a nice bag, and he leaves that one there at 9 o'clock for him to try to retrieve later, depending upon what Rex chooses to do here. Is he going to put another blocker in play? Well, he decides to take that middle. I think he wanted to, but I guess that's... he just went ahead and let Ian do it. I guess that's okay when you can be mad at yourself for putting it in the hole. And it still ended up working to his advantage. So that's going to put Isaac and Rex up on 15. Yeah, I don't know. McKenna, why did he go airmail there? I don't know. Ian said if you get it up there and put it in and kick that one off the back, take him and Isaac. But, yeah, it was a decision that came in. Unfortunately, that's the bag he wanted right there, and it just eluded him. So a little bit of a mini air show there between the two of them. Oh, there's three in a row. dang. Dang. Oh, snap. There you go. Tell you what, I like this new vernacular. Timeout. This is the second and final timeout of this match. An aggressive hand slap exchanged between the two. Storm and Stokel. Examining the board like a blueprint. You're welcome, Jody. Coming in hot. Oh, man, and he just came in and just pulled the pin through the grenade. It's all right. Ian says, it's fine. We'll take it. Just put it up there. We'll take the point. 8-on-7. More importantly, take that first bag back, and now he's going to give Rex something to worry about. At this point, just matching him, I suppose. That one sneaks away. Opportunity for Ian just to, I was just getting ready to say, unless he throws the magnet bag, which is exactly what happened. I mean, sometimes I'm the Tony Romo of cornhole, sometimes I'm the John Madden. Slick side down. Would like to have it go a little bit more left or right, as you saw from the body language there, but Ian's got to take what's given to him, and he does. So I'll take it. I'll take it. Rick's going to come in slick side down and try to gather a couple. Well, he takes one. It's going to cost him a couple. Is that going to knot things up? I do believe. Yes, it is. 15s. And it is a final in Liverpool. Nottingham Forest 3, Liverpool nada, nil, 9, nothing, 0, Z, blank. Just the opposite happening here on center court until just now. Nice bag right there to hold the center. Oh boy, and that did not work according to plan. So that's going to be, what, a 12-on-7? Is that going to be a 5 spot to put him on 20? Yes, it is. And again, welcome to those of you who are joining us, whether it's on the Facebook page or if you happen to maybe on the YouTube. Chris says, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Hog. Well, we'll find out. I like Hog better because I grew up with the Dukes of Hazzard. Just call him Boss. Boss Hog. All right. Couple down under. He's got to hope Rex makes a mistake and then he can stay true to form up the middle and finish those off. 2 down under from the Hertz. 2 in hand. Well, he just did him a favor. He's got to make the most of these bags. Sounds like a dumb thing to say, but it's true. On for the wash. Cut around and in to take first bag back as well. Put another couple points into the tally right now, so 20-17. This is turning out to be a bit of a banger right here. And as you said, Chris, these two can come back for sure. No doubt. You know, it sort of comes down to who makes the first mistake. That could be it, but with each of them having one sitting up top. He doesn't want to roll. Storm says he does not want to roll, so is he going to go airmail? Yeah, he's going up. Oh, and he rims it around and drops it in. Good shot. Isaac's got a decision to make now, too, as he flips and twirls. Thinks it through, talks to himself, locks his thumb, slick side down, coming in to push it, drops it off the backside. All right, so he's got two off the back, one sitting up. Does he got two off the back? Yeah, I think he does. So showing a 5-on-1, 6-on-1. So what are they discussing right now? Because right now it's 6-on-1. It looks like from the angle I'm looking at here, with the two off the back for Isaac and one up top. Or no, actually, I'm sorry. What is that? I can't read it underneath. Huh. Well, I guess we're about to find out. Coming in hot to blow it all up. Kicks one up, and that's going to do it. I think that's going to finish things off. So 21-20. A nice comeback as predicted there by Chris Saxer. Well done. Yeah, that ended up being a 10-on-1 right there. So all they needed were 4. And 10 certainly covered off on that. And again, some. So that's going to put Ian Stokel and Storm Hog against Joshua Kern and Berkeley Pear here on center court to see who can battle their way out of the losers bracket here. Manheim, Pennsylvania. Spooky Nook. And Daniel Wine and Travis Jordan await the winner of that match, and then the winner of that will face off against Stuart Graham and Kendall Cox, who currently await the winner from the losers bracket, Indy King and Queen Seat. So let's see if I can get a hold of Storm and find out the proper pronunciation. Like I said, I prefer Hog, but if he prefers Hogue, I'm going to go with what he would like since it's his surname. Find out here what they're throwing, and we'll be back and figure it all out and get it underway here in just a moment. Find out from Josh and Berkeley what they're throwing.
Hey, Josh, what are you guys throwing? Grammy, what line? Resurrection, okay.
All right, looks like Brammy's bags made it back to center court once again. I believe he said resurrect, but I believe the line is resurrection. Don't know. Have to find out about the erection part of it. Tough crowd. it is the Resurrect Series, so there we go. So that's what Jordan and Wine are throwing as well, the Resurrect Series. Brammy's here on site with us at Spooky Nook, as are a host of other bag partners. Hammer Time Cornhole, Average Joe's Cornhole, RTP Cornhole Outerwear, Man Bags, Revo Cornhole, and of course Brammy's, as we just mentioned, with the Resurrect Series featured here on Center Court. You see Ian standing shoulder to shoulder with Berkeley Pear. Storm and Joshua throwing shoulder to shoulder against one another, right to left on your screen. And Berkeley, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if that's the way he's going to throw the whole time, but with that refreshing adult beverage for counterbalance, I think he's the only person I've seen on center court that throws with the drink in the other hand. I've seen that very, very few times with some players. One that used to play with us, and I've seen elsewhere. But we'll see if he holds that beer for counterbalance outside of those down and back throws. Storm is a Commanders fan, so Hog is perfect. I would agree with you there, Justin. I would agree. I see that Duke basketball shirt on last night. I think Duke just played some fifth grade team last night and beat them 100-42 or something. I love those games. Those are great. Louisville beat UC last night by 10. Yeah. As Stokel and Hog jump out to a 4-0 lead. Now he is throwing with that counterbalance, that ultra in hand. I like it a lot. Little leg kick there at the end. One bag in, one on layaway. Ooh, and that one was taken care of and full purchase made by Ian. Nice bag right up the middle. Very calm, very easy delivery. A little bit of work to do. I don't think he wants to chase either of those, and he doesn't. Very simply puts a fourth spot up on the board for Josh and Berkeley, and that should knot things up, which it does. See what's happening over here on the YouTube channel. Yeah, Berkeley Pear was a pro elsewhere, as was Storm. Daniel and Travis are my picks to win. I got a pull for my local guys, says Saxer. Huh? Oh, Ohio State got Rutgers. That'll be tough. That should be a nail biter. Go out to Home Depot and get some nails. All right, so that 8-on-6 makes it 6-on-4. Stokel and Hog hold that 2-point cushion now over Kern and Pear. Little board adjustment. Ohio State scores within the first 2.5 minutes. Huh? Yeah. Score anything, you mean, or a touchdown? Just score anything? You'll take the under? Under 2.5. All right.
I don't even know if they're going to get the ball first.
Yeah, I don't either, but it'll probably be a pick six or a kickoff return or, yeah, Rutgers. I didn't even know they had a football team anymore. Oh, what a shot. Dang. That's a great shot by Berkeley Pear. A little slow-mo. Yeah, let's take a look at that one. Watch it come up here. And it just smashes that hole and takes everything with it. Nicely done. He even extends his hand with the beer in it for the tater. It's a risky play. Tell you what, we've watched these two methodically destroy other teams coming up through the bottom half of this bracket. I'm going to go back and figure out who put them in there because that took some doing. It was Stuart Graham and Kendall Cox the first round that put him in the losers bracket. So this could be a hell of a rematch here if they're able to pull this out. Got to get through Daniel Wine and Travis Jordan though. Whoever wins this game coming in hot and oh, look at a shot. That was a beauty. And again, without spilling a drop of that Mick Ultra, that was a massive cleanup right there in aisle one. Nothing he could do but stare at it. That's going to be another 4 added to the tally there. So 12 on 6, doubling up our Curran and Pear. I don't know if we had that. Did you have a replay on that one? That last one? That was a monster. Got one there on layaway on the left side. There it goes. Storm says, I'll finish that one for you. And gonna leave that one out of play just as an added piece of eye candy. Nice flat delivery there. The Resurrect series coming out of the hand of Josh Curran. Washington's right there. Leaves the score 12 on 6. Simple grip, very simple flat delivery. Ian wants to go down and take a look at it. So Berkeley says, all right, well, we'll go down and chat for a moment. But yeah, watch his grip. It's very, very simple, very easy delivery. But that one he threw in that last frame, that had to be going 30 miles an hour when it hit the board. Down, kissed it and missed it just a little bit. He's not doing himself any favors right about now. Slick side down, and that was a welcome gift right there from Berkeley Pear. Left those out to the side, so now it's just about minimizing the damage. Instead, he maximized it. Up the middle and drops. So right now he's looking at a 10-on-3 and a 10-on-6, so that'll add 4 to the tally for Curran and Pear. Double-digit deficit for Stokel and Hog to overcome, but we've seen him do it. Daniel Wine, Travis Jordan waiting in the wings. We inch our way closer to a World Doubles champion here, and Spooky Nook, a miss on the attempt up top for the airmail, just to try to get up there and take advantage of the acreage available. Cut right to left. Ooh, and that almost kicked just enough off of that Josh's bag, but it was an unintended drag, but sitting on 3. Going to try to cut it right to left again, just lays it up, leaves it alone. That would be the proverbial PPR killer right there. A 3-on-2. Fresh board, dirty board. Chastising himself for the easiest shot of the whole round. He said he missed it, did Berkeley. His own worst critic. That'll be a washing 10 between the two of them right there. Little puddle of mud cranking through the speaker system. It's a good morning. Is it still morning? It's a good afternoon. At 1,218 hours. Nice arc on that bag there from Josh. That's going to take him up to 19. That bag was perfectly placed by Berkeley, and it did exactly what he wanted it to do, and now he can just start cleaning it up. 2 bags away from walking away with it, even if he isn't able to get the rest of them in, because that bag is DOA, out O play. Well, I tell you what, with a high arc and throwing sticky side down where he hits to get up to the hole, it doesn't look like it's going to make it there, but he has got it measured out. That's a fact, and that's going to do it. Do it again right up the middle. Final bag just for the sake of throwing it. Gonna come in there and finish it off. 19-6 becomes 21-6. Daniel Wine and Travis Jordan will now face off against Josh Curran and Berkeley Pear, who just had that was one hell of an exhibition right there here on center court. Glad you're joining us. If you're catching us on the YouTube channel, appreciate that. Throw us up on the big screen wherever you happen to be. If you've got your smart TV in front of you. The Buckeyes did not score in the first 2.5 minutes. They must have the fixes in Vegas then, because I set those over-unders myself. Well, they'll still figure out a way to make it 72-2 or something like that. I don't know. I think you're here. Yeah, we're going to take this elimination final right here on center court. Daniel Wine, Travis Jordan. You see Jordan in the red, white, and blue striped shirt. Fantastic tournament, though, for Ian Stokel and Storm Hog. Well done, boys. Nicely done. They had some battles in there, including a 21-20 victory over the Hurt Locker. (21-4) over Van Sickle and Borntrager. Or no, that was Higgy and Wellman, wasn't it? Yeah, what? Oh, yeah, Stokel. It was Stewart and Kendall that put them down in the bracket. I mean, that's not surprising there. They took out Weepier and McCarthy. And they were the ones that put the Hurts into the losers bracket, 21-20. So a good run by those guys and a strong finish in World Doubles as Josh Curran and Berkeley Pear look to take on Daniel Wine and Travis Jordan. The final warm-up bags being thrown right now. And it looks like a couple of Brammy's Resurrect series going against one another here. So you've got similar design, just different color schemes. And we will be able to most definitely tell them apart, especially if they land sticky side up. Thank you for that, by the way. Fitting the loudmouth for the ACO, Manheim, Pennsylvania, Spooky Nook Sports Complex, and it is complexing sports everywhere you look here today. 1 million+ square feet filled with every sport you can think of, no matter the size or shape of the ball or the bag. We got it covered. And again, thanks to our bag partners specifically who are here on site sporting their wares. Hammer Time Cornhole, Brammy's Bags, Revo Cornhole, Average Joe's Cornhole. RTP is here with outerwear, Dead Center, and Man Bags here as well. So it's always good to have Vendors Row rocking and rolling right down the center of all the courts. Berkeley didn't even have a chance to go refresh his beverage, I don't believe. I think he's still working on the same one. As he frustratingly deposits it in the holder there after having given up 2 to put Wine and Jordan on the board. So no matter what, it's going to be a grudge match in the final with Stuart Graham and Kendall Cox being the team that put both of these teams into the losers bracket earlier today. So a rematch ensues no matter what. These guys still feeling each other out just a little bit. Slick side down, nice get around. Daniel Wine tries to cut off that avenue. Berkeley slides up through there, puts that bag kind of on layaway there, and that one gets away from Daniel just a little bit. This one should run through here, and it does. Oh my goodness. The bill bag, is that the bill bag right there? And that right there is painful. A 10 on 5 makes it 8 on 2. these bags are running quick up that board. I don't know if it's that much different. I'll have to ask somebody here in between games, but it seems like that board is playing a lot faster than that board, which doesn't seem to be possible, but it doesn't strike me as coincidence that it's always that direction where they're running the way that they run. See what I mean? They're just hanging up down there even when you throw. I mean, sticky side down coming the opposite way, they still seem to be moving a lot more. Nice bag right there. Come in here and run through that and clean it all up and then make Daniel do his own work. It's all right. Leaves that one there sitting up front. There it is. Nice little lane available to him without spilling a drop of that Mick Ultra. Boom. Daniel come in and try to pick up. Not enough to hook that one, so that'll add another 4 spot to that 10, so that should put him in 14 on 2, and it does. This one could be over before you know it. Kern and Pear have absolutely found a groove. Chris says the Buckeyes turned the ball over as they were trying a 1-yard rush for a touchdown. Yeah. I can't tell you how that breaks my heart. Because it doesn't. Oh, man. Just some dumb luck. Oh, yeah. So 17-2. As Travis takes a look over at the courtside scoreboard. Hoping that this is an out-of-body experience, that this is happening to someone else. He knows what needs to be done. All he's got to do is get in there and do it. One ready to go, one ready to stay. Nice bag right there by Daniel to move his a little bit closer to gettability. Little bump, tries to move it back to where it lived before. Oh, and he gets a little bit closer, but he's got some work to do to try to fish that one back in. Another little kiss. Not going to chase. Take that and let it wash at a couple of 10s right there. Chris says, yeah, my boys are off right now. Yeah, they're having a tough go. But either way, Brammy's has got to be happy. You got to think. Mississippi Ninja Philip Barnett will be rejoining me side by side next weekend as we have our big old Thanksgiving family reunion for the ACO in the major in South Bend, Indiana. Looking forward to getting back up there and spending some quality time with some quality folks. It's always a lot of fun, and I think everybody's always happy to get back to their second family that weekend as well. Yeah, Chris, I'm not an Ohio State hater, and I'm not a Michigan fan, so you don't have to worry about me being involved in that stuff right there. But I will tell you, as a Steelers fan, and when I have people tell me that they just can't stand the Steelers fans, I'm kind of that way sometimes with living in Cincinnati with Ohio State fans. They can be just a tad insufferable. Just a touch. Up and over. Oh, and it rattles out off the right-hand side. Just lips out. Going to try it again. He's got a little backboard now. Yep, going up again. Oh, and that one pure as the driven snow. Daniel says, anything you can do, I can backside as well. Going to go up again and try it again. Nice airmail. Fantastic. Going to go for the air show. Boom. Dang. Oh, snap. Well done. 4 in a row. Little teeny tiny air show. Their model plane air show right here inside Spooky Nook. Score is 18 on 2. That one gets away from Travis and off the backside. Leave that one there to run through. Left plenty of room left to right. Nicely done. try to finish this off and finish the game off. Run and grab them both. Yeah. Pinched up, he'll take it. You got to figure there's going to be a little bit of action. Oh, and he lays low, yeah. It's all right, smart play. I thought at first he was throwing slick side down, and then when he let go out of his hand, I saw it the other way. So 19-2, a couple points away from one potential grudge match. They have to double dip. The winner of this game will have to double dip our king and queen seed holder. That would be Stuart Graham and Kendall Cox, who've had a hell of a doubles tournament. Kind of crazy roll bag right there. What's he going to do? Is he try it again and just try to cut it right to left? Yeah, he is. Oh, up and over. Nicely done. Right in that little crevice that was available to him, and it went off the back now. So we're looking at 5 on 5, 6 on 5. Coming in to blow it up. Couple off the back. And I think that's going to do it. I think. Does that finish it off? Yep. 21-2. All right, we work our way. We work our way into the grudge match final. Appreciate you, Timothy. I've been working on that. I worked on it overnight after Isaac taught it to me. So if I got that dang down, it's all because of him. So I appreciate the tutorial from the young king. I believe our reigning king is laying waste to the field in Las Vegas this weekend, Sebastian Barger. 21-2. We didn't put it in. They blew a bunch of stuff off the back of the board, so they're going to have to put it in there. I don't know. You know what? Make it 2-0. Kill their PPR. Yeah, they didn't enter the score, so I guess they just wanted that 19 to stand. I don't know. That's all right. Not giving out any PPR awards, I'll tell you that much. They should be able to name that when they get back. But so we're going to be looking at Brammy's bags. And then I believe Brammy's closers. So this is an all Brammy's semifinal and final. Welcome to those of you checking us out on the Facebook page. Those of you, yeah, they did make a good run. You're right. Keegan says Berkeley finally back. I'll tell you what, he's been throwing fire. And Josh was throwing the gas that made that fire burn even brighter. So we've got our doubles final right now. It's going to be Brammy's versus Brammy's. The Resurrect Series versus the Closer Series, I do believe. All right. Getting ready to get underway. There it is. There's the refill we were waiting for. Berkeley pair has himself a pair right now, and he is ready to go. Are they going to be able to put up a pair against Kendall and Stewart and double dip them for the doubles championship? One way to find out. Only one place to find out. It's right here at Center Court, Spooky Nook, Manheim, Pennsylvania. Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO. Second best seats in the house, providing you the best seats in the house as singles pool play is underway, and we will have a doubles and a singles world champ crowned by later this afternoon. Looking forward to bringing you that action as well. Keep you up to date as to what's going on throughout the brackets throughout the afternoons. But right now we are in the business of a doubles champion, finding out who that is going to be. While they're finishing their warm-ups, we'll go back and congratulate everybody who has taken home the hardwood so far this weekend. Jacob Bagley took the juniors premier, throwing those Hammer Time Fidos. Kendall Cox, who you see out here in front of you with the Brammy's closers in hand, was good enough to use those to take down Joanne Martin from the queen seat. It took her 2 to do it, but she did it. Scott Harper did double dip Brian Higginbotham. He was throwing the Average Joe's H1N1s in the monster blind draw. Tracy Hartzell and Riley Dressler used their killer bees to drop Kyle Brennan and Robert Shannon. And in co-ed, Angie Bryan and Drake Poole holding the king and queen seed. It only took them one, throwing those big daddy heavy hitters two to beat Higginbotham and Joanne Martin. In the quads, Travis Jordan, Jacob Bagley, Danny Coklaw, and Josh Martin took the quads. And in the big blind draw, Stuart Graham, who you see out in front of you here on center court, drew Joanne Martin. They double-dipped Rex Hurt and Michael Lucas to take the big blind draw. And we are underway here on center court. 8-on-6 puts the first two in the pocket of Graham and Cox. It's a nice, easy delivery right there. Almost completely effortless. Ooh, and that one snuck away almost as if it skipped across a piece of plexiglass guarding the hole right there. That heavy-duty delivery there from Stuart Graham. We're looking at a 10-on-9. See what's going on over here. I'm checked in on the YouTube channel. Go back and check out Facebook, see what's what. No new commentary, but that's all right. Feel free to throw comments in there and let me know where you're watching from, who you're pulling for. Throw your weight and hat in the ring behind the team of your choice. We've noticed that it has taken Kendall a few minutes to kind of find her groove and maybe shake off a throw she's not all that crazy about, but right now she's just kind of hoping that Josh doesn't pull anything out of the ordinary, and what he did was the ordinary. He put it in there, and that's going to be a couple of 10s to leave it right where it is at 3-0. First bag out of the hand of Stuart Graham, special delivery, and there you have it. Slick side down, coming up straight up the middle, carving himself a little runway. Nice pick up there to clean it all up from Stu. Sporting his Top Gun 20 jersey. A little double magnet bag. Both of those got away from him to the left. No need to chase, just up the middle. Oh, and not enough to get it up there. And just as I talk about how those bags that are hidden low tend to run a little bit more, go in this direction, it hangs up and stays low. So that leaves the score at 3-0. Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, welcoming you to center court. If you're just joining us, Spooky Nook Sports Complex here in Manheim, Pennsylvania, the granddaddy of them all, the original. And it is humming. It is a beehive of activity here today, and that roll bag sits back just a little bit, build a little bit of another Mount Kendall, as we've discussed in past efforts here. Center court going to go up and try to piggyback that one. Kicks off and hasn't really helped herself out much there. Right now Josh has an opportunity to try to roll up and over that. Oh, and it was a nice bag. He got the thumbs up from Berkeley on that one. Hanging a quarter on the backside, says Stu. Surprised she didn't want to go down and take a look at it, but she seems to know what she wants to do. Going to go up and over and try to bounce one in. Everything's pinned. Josh wants to roll it. Let's see when it comes out of his hand what he's doing. Yeah, and he does. Nice shot. How about that one? We got that on replay. Yeah, check this thing out. This one had a seeing eye bag right here. Comes out, perfect angle. Pops off his own bag, runs up and rolls over the top. Very well done. Dang. Oh, snap. Do you have to do those both at the same time? Are they combo phrases, or was he using them separately? I forget. Oh, snap and dang. Was it one into the other, or were they separate? They were individual. All right. I want to pay proper homage to the creators. In answer to your question, Mason, are you allowed to step over the line? No, that is a foul line, and it is to be called by the opposing player as long as the bag has come to rest on the board across the way. Once you step across at that point, that's what you are dealing with. You can step on that white line because the front of that line is where the front edge of the board is. So that is the, and we put in little lasers that will laser your toe, the tips of your toes off there if you do step over. So if somebody's feet go up in smoke, you'll know. These bags are hitting the board with authority. That is a fact. Asked and answered there nicely. And again, this is a double dip situation. Stuart Graham, Kendall Cox in the king and queen seat have to be beaten twice. Right now down 5-3 after an early lead of 3-0. It's going to put another couple in the pocket of Josh and Berkeley, 7-3. Brammy's bags, the Resurrect bags being thrown by Josh and Berkeley, and the Brammy's closers being thrown by the king and queen seat holders, Stuart Graham, Kendall Cox. Kendall Cox, as we've mentioned, really bursting onto the scene a couple of months prior to the World Championships in Tulsa last year as that airmail misses off the back. The attempt from Stu Graham. She came in and she certainly made herself known at the World Championships in Tulsa. That's a fat, good bag right there by Berkeley. Stu coming in there to clean that thing up, and that'll cost him 3, but that was very nicely done. Great cleanup there to wrap things up in that frame as we head into frame round number 9. Let's go back over to YouTube, see what y'all are talking about over here. Darian says, Josh, your brother here, lock in, boy. I didn't say boy, but I just embellished a little bit. I hope you don't mind, Darian. Nice roll bag that just did not find the center of the hole. The roll bag being called for from Josh right now, as we saw earlier. Oh, and it just took too much of that bag in the front and pushed it off to the side, not able to get the roll the way he wanted. Slick side down. She just builds Mount Kendall up again. You're going to try it again, try to get it up and over. Oh, no, he's just laying low. That one came out flat. Now she wants to go down and take a look because there is room in there, but her bags are pinched up pretty good there at the 1 and 4 o'clock positions. And the question becomes, can she do anything in there? Is it worth? Is the reward worth the risk right now with nothing underneath to try to sneak one over top of that? I don't think she's going to think that it is, because she runs the risk of bumping his in and leaving her sit up top. Sticky side down. Oh, she is going up and over, and that's exactly what she ended up doing. Knocking his down and kicking hers off to the right-hand side. So if they had discussed what do you not want to do, that probably would have been it. And 6 on 4 puts another couple on the tally side for Kern and Pear. Surprised she went airmail there. I thought maybe if she had the roll bag, she could have at least possibly left his sit up top without running the risk of kicking out. Double four bagger leaves us at 12-6. Haven't seen a whole lot of oh wow shots yet here in this game. I think knowing that you're in a situation where you need to be double dipped or a situation where you have to double dip. Takes these first handful of rounds, and we're into a dozen to continue feeling one another out. That's going to be a 12 on 10. That puts two more to the tally of Josh and Berkeley. Different kind of mentality in a game and match like this. And that one got away from him. As soon as he let it go, I heard him say, Nice roll bag right there. And that one is available to her, but when that big old pile of mess, as Phil likes to call it, tends to be to the right-hand side, she loses the opportunity to get that roll, and she just, we've seen that a couple of times. It ended up with just a big old kind of dirty diaper up on top of the pile with just not enough oomph behind it. So I don't know if that's fatigue or if it's just the nature of the way the bags are holding one another. I mean, both of them using Brammies. Stu's got one down underneath. Everything else is sitting up on top of, as our boy Boogie likes to call it, the big old sunroof, the wooden sunroof. Nice airmail right there off the back side. Smashing, if you will. I think that dropped two of theirs. Oh, and a nice airmail answer right there by Stuart Graham. He's had a really a hell of a good day. Hey, what a shot. Dang. Oh, man. Pulls the 4 spot out of that one. And look at this replay. Boom. That is something. That is a monster. And Tater's exchange, I think that Stu was as impressed by that one as anybody else sitting around center court. Absolutely. Good shot. And there's your first big oh wow shot, I think, of the match. Nice replacement right there. Kendall going to come in and run through. Oh, and I'll tell you what, she's got that vertical fin set up there perfectly. She's getting a lot of those to land that way. They just hit and they die. Double 4 bagger. Looks that way. Nicely done. Boom, 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 boom. Berkeley's bag than Stu's bag. That's a fact. You know, it's funny, about 20 minutes ago, if you had asked me what I thought was going to happen in this game, this is exactly it. I figured we were going to 2. And Kendall certainly has something left to say about that with a 4 spot. added to their tally right now, but I felt like knowing that you had 2 games to get it done, I just felt like this is what we were going to see, especially watching the way that Josh and Berkeley have been playing their way back into this match. And again, it is a grudge match. That's who Kendall and Stu are, who put them into the losers bracket. And that's all right. Phil says it all the time when they're playing like this. It's always fun to see too. So with pool play going on, qualifying for singles right now happening, what better way to spend an afternoon at 12:51 Eastern? I think it's 4:51 out on the in the UK. Wow, that's a big one right there. And just as I talk about the potential of going to 2, my jinx jar is at home. I felt like a prognosticator there for a moment. I thought Phil had nothing on me as far as picking what was about to happen, but guess what? I could be walking around here with egg on my face, so we shall see. Nice hop, skip, and a jump bag right there. Josh going to come in. Oh, and he thought he had that roll ready to go. And Kendall wanted to go down and take a look at it. See what's happening here on YouTube while we have a moment. Nothing new here in the comments section, but a whole bunch of you eyeballing the action here from Spooky Nook. Glad to have you along. If you've got us thrown up on a big screen, I know Margaret Barrett occasionally throws us up there at the Bruce Distillery up on the big screen. Occasionally LaBelle, when he was out at the what he calls the shack out back at his house, he'll have us thrown up there, but I would imagine the shack is closed for the season around the pool. Oh, and she let it go. As soon as she let it go, she said, no. Always got to do. Is match it up, and he went in there going for blood, but he ended up with a couple of crooked numbers there, 2 7s. Stu takes that first bag, runs it right up Main Street. Boy, that was a pickup that I think Berkeley was appreciative of. Slick side down, easy grip. Left that one in a place where he can go get it, but he doesn't have to worry about it now. Put it in for the double 4-bagger, and he does. Swirls around the backside of the hole, and a social. Again, Brammy's Resurrect Series versus the Closers. That first closer down underneath, joined by a Resurrect. Who's going to be the first to blink? Had a lot of games get deep into the scoreboard here today. On center court. Oh, now one leaks out just a little bit left and puts Stuart Graham and Kendall Cox a couple points closer. This is it. Who's going to blink? Will they be able to pull it out, come from behind, and hold on to that king and queen seed and take the doubles championship? Snatch victory from the jaws of potential defeat, or will we end up in a double dip situation? Stu's going to have to step out and grab it unless Berkeley is able to give him a hand. He looks over to see how many bags he's got left. He's not stepping out. He's just going to special delivery there, and that might be a problem. And it's definitely going to be a problem. Coming in hot, try to clean it all up, and that's going to do it. He's not even going to throw that bag. That's going to be the first bag, or the first game up and under 21-19. Congratulations, Josh Kern and Berkeley pair, 21-19, and that moves us on to game 2 in this double dip situation with Stuart Graham, Kendall Cox holding on to the king and queen seat. Now the double dip. Yeah, Lynn, that was a sweet comeback working, especially after I opened my big mouth about it. Yeah, I thought this might be a bit of a runaway in game 1, forcing a game 2, but they almost were able to pull it off, and now we'll see if Kendall is able to settle in a little bit further. It'll be a little bit happier with what she's putting out there on center court. Stu, I know he had a couple of throws he wasn't crazy about, but it seems like everybody did. Only one bag, I think, that I've seen Berkeley really unhappy with. Josh has had a couple, but this has been one hell of a matchup, as the 21-19 score might indicate. The 2 scoops are hard to come by, and that's a fact. Yesterday we had a couple of games in juniors and in women's that went to a second game, but the only double dip actually did come in seniors when Scott Harper took down Brian Higginbotham in a double dip scenario. Lynn, hope all is well with the patient there at home. Give him our best if you would. Good crowd gathered around center court here at Spooky Nook. Sitting in chairs on the floor, standing about, loitering, eyeballing, ogling the action. Nice bag there, a little hop, skip, and a jump. Stu puts his in position to be run through. Oh, and a nice block right there to keep him from doing just that. Just put it on. She says keep it low. Oh, no, he did try to get over, right? Kicked one in. The other 2 stick up there. Can I board it and keep it from vibrating in? And he does. All right, so 8 on 6. Following up at 12 on 8, puts the score at 6-0. And again, now we're in a one and done scenario. Winner of this is our World Doubles champion for the weekend. Heard a lot of rolling talk right there. Coming out in just a little bit of an angle there, looking like attempting that roll, but it hit a little bit too left of center for it to do what Josh was hoping it would do there. So that leaves us at 6-0. Now my eyeballs and my earballs say I'd like to see a 21-20 match. I have a different part of my body that says, whew, man, it'd be nice if you guys somebody would wrap this up quick. Philip Barnett, where are you when I need you, my man? Oh, God. Buckeyes have a 7-3 lead. Craig on the big screen. You got us on the big screen, brother. We appreciate you. So the Buckeyes are only up 7-3 in the second quarter. It's odd. All right, Josh and Berkeley crack that egg and get on the scoreboard now, 6-2. First bag out of Josh Kern's hand, a little bit out to the right-hand side, but still not completely out of play, I don't think, for him. Oh. Nicely played there by Kendall to tighten up the pinch there between Josh's 2 bags. He's going to come in slick side and try to get a little motion working, and he does just that. She should I thought get in there and clean those two up, but had it been slick side down, those would both be down under. He's going to go ahead and do it. Nice pickup. He'll leave 2 on the board if she puts it in, which she does. So she'll take another 2 and add it to the 6. 8 on 2 here in game 2. Got a nice crowd watching here on the YouTube channel. Appreciate that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and you can share as well. Make sure you're hitting that little share arrow, the share-o, as we like to call it, and let everybody know what you're doing with your weekend. Spend a little quality time with us here on center court. Vegas should be well underway now with doubles qualifying out at the Weston Lake Resort. Charlie Farley, hey, in the UK on the big screen. Can't wait for ACO Europe coming in May. We can't either, bud. Looking forward to it. A couple double 4-baggers here on center court. So, Charlie, here's what I want you to do. If you're in the pub or wherever you got us on the big screen, get a picture of everybody in the room watching it and send me that picture at taco@americancornhole.com. Craig, you as well. Send us a picture of who's watching and where you're watching from. We like to share those on the taco. Taco@americancornhole.com. Nice bag right there to clean things up. Josh not going to chase. Oh, he's going to block. Roll bag up and over. Nicely done. Touches it all. Rolls it right in there. So to minimize the damage, going to slick side run through 2 of them, and he does. That's going to leave a 2 spot. Take him into double digits. 10 on 2. Unwrenched says the Bucknuts lose to Michigan again this year. I'll tell you what, it's been a minute, hasn't it? Even when I'm watching wrestling, I see people holding up signs in the audience about counting the number of days since Ohio State beat Michigan. What that has to do with WWE when they're in a different city, I don't know, but it's funny to watch. Oh, Saxer's now chiming in. Delusional much? OSU beats Michigan this year and goes for back-to-back national championships. You know that's the only thing on their record after pulling it off that irritates them like nobody's business. So in the comments section, it is ding ding, round 1 is over. Up and over. Oh, and he almost rattles it in off the backside, but it does hold the board. Oh, and a kick off the back trying for the and 1 there. It's going to be, a 5 on 4? Yeah, it looks like. So single spot, but most importantly right now, first bag in the hand of Josh Curran. Bumps and tumbles, as does that one. Ooh, that one was lucky to get up over the front edge of the board. Ended up being in a pretty good blocking spot right there. Should just come in front of it, or for some reason referred to as a backside block. Coming in hot, try to blow it up. Made a little bit of noise, left one out of play. Magnet bag. Yeah, he's saying, give me that same shot. Let's come in hot, slick side down. Oh, and he got one, and that one's ready to slide through. If she gives it just the right nudge, Kendall, she's going to drop his bag, and she's content just to board it and hold on to the back side of the board. That'll be an 8 on 6, so sacrificing 2 more points there. Tell you, nobody's really blowing it out of the water from a PPR standpoint. Kind of plays back to what I was saying about not a lot of those oh wow shots right now. It's getting serious knuckling down and buckling down here because this is a one and done situation. I mean, you're looking at an 8-8 for Josh, an 8-7-5 for Berkeley. Kendall throwing a 10, although that'll help Berkeley right there. Stu throwing an 8-5 at this point. So a lot of chess being played out here on these boards. 10-7. Game 1 went to Josh and Berkeley 21-19, but as Stu and Kendall were holding that king-queen seat, all they have to do for the trouble is do it again. There's a window of opportunity right there, and she's perfected that little right side kiss drip into the whole bag, has Kendall, and that one lucky to hold the left side. She's going to do the same shot, follow up. Is he going to try to get in there and pull a bag with? Going to come in and hit it hard, just missed just to the outside. Is she going to be able to take advantage? No, she leaves one sitting up top and leaves a couple of points on the table, literally. So a 10-on-8, what could have been a 12-on-8, but that puts him 12-on-7 overall, which is the key. Charlie, appreciate you, man. We'll be on the lookout for that one. Thank you. Stu has an opportunity right there. Be nicely played and something for him to bank on. Doesn't have to worry about it now. It's been cashed. Minimize the damage right up the middle. Stewart and Kendall realize another deuce. Back on the Facebook page, you see James. I'm not 100% sure what that comment is, but oh well. I don't know. You kids and your silly emojis. Nice bag right there by Josh to go in there and clean his up. Kendall should be able to get to make some noise, and she does, having that slick side down over the lip. This next bag should clean everything up. Oh, boy. Hold, please. There they go. No reason she should not have been able to run that up there. She will think about that one later if it goes south on her. I thought she was going to go slick side down and run through all three of those, but that's why I'm sitting over here and she's out there. These two are just throwing punch, counter punch, heading left to right. Oh, and Stewart just a little too much behind that one, and now it's behind the board. All right, Berkeley helped him out just a little bit right there, putting him in a spot to drop one. Are you going to tell him to roll it or try to? They're both leaning. Going to give it a roll. See if he can put the bag in hand and take one with him, even though Stu's bag will probably go with it. In fact, his would be probably the first to go. Oh, and it sits up on top. Now, I'm surprised if Stewart doesn't step outside and kind of cut right to left. I think that's what she's going to tell him, to kind of come in, take a timeout. Oh, okay. Huh. Oh, just bored it. She thought maybe that was going to drop it in there, but I thought for sure he'd come around right to left. I don't know why he didn't take that shot, because he also, he had Berkeley's bag in there to kind of protect him. Well, again, if you're watching, you're thinking to yourself, that's why you're sitting over there talking and not out there doing. So we may be in for another one of these 21-19, 21-20 matches right here in Game 2 of the ACO World Doubles Championship here at Spooky Nook. EPL update, Man City and Newcastle, 0-0. Come on, Newcastle, get it done. Nice up and over. Airmail, I thought she was going to be able to flush that one, but kicks one in, one off the back. 8-on-7 only costs her a penny. But they're creeping back up, our Josh and Berkeley. First bag, perfect blocker. He's done that the last handful of frames. Nice get around there from Stu. That's what I thought he might try to do. I don't know why he didn't do that the last frame. I really don't. Well, something to worry about there on the low block. Nah, he's just going to go ahead and piggyback that one. Dang, nice shot. And Stu comes in, wraps around. It gets around his own bag right there to do the shot that now it's even more confusing to me now that I know he's got that in his arsenal, and I knew he did. I'm going to try to do it again. Try to get up there and get around it. Tua Berkeley sitting out of play with no bag left in hand. Oh, he's going to go airmail, and he gets it. Dang, nice shot. 10 on 8. I guess when you're feeling it, you're feeling it. And if you're not, you don't risk it. So 16-11 in game 2. Thanks again to Chris Clark, April Clemens, Tischlers from Average Joe's Cornhole. Appreciate them, their help, getting everything rolling. I want to come down and take a look now. That one scooted off the back. Thanks to Brian Haywood from Hammer Time, Tammy and Junior Williams, everybody making this major happen here at Spooky Nook. Of course, Heinerman behind the scenes, pulling strings. My pleasure to welcome you here to center court, Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO. They took a look back at the center court scoreboard, had their conference. Sticky side down, wrist is cocked, going in and leaves it off to the side. And now, any way you feel best trying to get it in there. 2 under, 1 behind. So right now it's a 6, 7 on 6. Or 6 on 5, my bad. 6 on 5. Stu takes a look over at the scoreboard. Little magnet bag, unfortunately, there for Stewart, but Berkeley's going to sneak around there, and another kind of magnet bag there just followed suit. Just snuck in right to left. Oh, and that one's costly. Oh. Stu just he held his hands out as if to say, oh God, just stay there. No, that's not going to get it done, is it? No, that's going to be a 3 spot. Yeah, that puts them on 20. So I guess the risk versus reward right there wasn't worth it to them. So now they've got to battle back 20-11. But we've watched them do just that throughout the day around the arena and here on center court. Kendall going in for the kill. We'll have one out of play just a little bit back to the right unless she wants to try to get that airmail drag. Josh not going to let her do it. Looks like we may be working our way to a washing 10. Nobody willing to blink or want to make that mistake here. Put it in the hands of their partner. Make it happen. This is it. Is it going to make it? Yeah, it does. Ooh, boy, that came in hot, too. There was a chance that could have skipped right up and over the hole, but 2 washing 10s. It's like, all right, partner, you finish this off for me. Let's see what Stewart has to offer here on that first bag, and I'm not going to be mad about that. No time to play defense. Just see if he can make Berkeley blink just a little bit, and he had no choice there but to play some defense. And that could be the difference maker right there. bag, takes 2. All right, Stu, you got a decision to make. Oh, and he's going to play the safe shot there and force Berkeley to come up and over. Oh, and he nails that backside airmail. How about that? Dang. Oh, snap. I'm putting them together for that one. Look at this. Up and over and just rattles the backside of the hole. Just pulled it out of his bag of tricks and let it fly. Nice block there to play a little bit of defense and see what Josh wants to do about it. This could be set up very nicely for Kendall. Now she's going to have to come slick side down. She pointed at her temple. He's going to come in and try to clog all that up. Berkeley doesn't hate that. Roll bag up and over the top. Nicely done. He's going to try to do the same. Yep, and it just sits there. Now she's got an opportunity to do the same thing, and she gets it up there and pins everything down. He's going to have to go airmail. He wants to take a look. Because right now we're 6 on 3. And that'll be enough. So he's going to have to come in and pull a rabbit out of this hat. More importantly, put one in there. All right, let's find out after the conference down there what is going to happen. I'm going to stand up and take a look at this hole. He's going to try to take it up and over as a crowd is gathered around for this World Doubles Championship. This could be the final shot of the match. Running the risk of overthinking it right now, but he knows what he wants to do. The question is, can he do it? Josh Curran getting ready to deliver the difference maker shot. It bounces off the back, and that's going to do it. How about that? Stuart Graham and Kendall Cox able to hold on to that king and queen seat for the World Doubles Championship here. Throwing the Brammys bags, throwing those closers, and that's exactly what they did. So we'll see if maybe we can get them over here for the trophy presentation and spend a moment with them to talk about how that all came together. But well played by Josh and Berkeley. Very nicely done. A great run back through the bottom half of that bracket, and Brammys has to be happy with the way they've been represented all day long. Good stuff. The Resurrect Series and that Closer Series both showing well here on center court. Nevertheless, whether or not we get them over here to talk with them, we'll chat in between matches as they get ready to get into singles play. I do believe, obviously, the pros are already advanced to the main bracket, so we will have some singles action that'll just roll up here as we run through the final bracket here on center court. So we'll give you the opportunity to watch and listen along, and then when we get that back down to it into the nitty-gritty of that bracket, that final bracket, we will be back with you here on center court. Finn the Loudmouth for the ACO on behalf of the entire ACO crew. More singles coverage coming up in just a little while on center court. Spooky Nook, Manheim, Pennsylvania, in the ACO Major here on the ACO Digital Network.